I think if you're going to triple your income, one of the first things to do is that you need to just take a step back.
Yeah.
Don't rush into anything because it's easy to reward yourself very, very quickly. Let your lifestyle stay the same.
Yes.
For at least 6 months while that new business is running.
I think also remember that now that you've tripled your income, actually what you want to do is be able to then get a staff member in, because what you're trying to do is buy time. The real asset is time, not money. What a lot of these other people online will make you do is celebrate money. Oh, I've made this. Oh, I'm a 6-figure earner. I'm this. What is your time?
You're not really on Twitter, are you?
No, I'm there, but I'm not really there.
It's funny. I'm kind of like that as well. It's like I don't naturally warm towards Insta, but I use Instagram for business.
Yeah.
I naturally warm towards Twitter, but I don't use Twitter any longer for business.
Yeah.
But I use Twitter because Twitter's just like the Wild West, man. I just read and at night I get caught up on there. I just laugh, bro. The other day I read science. This guy was saying, so it's basically talking about his life, innit? So he went through a tough time and he's homeless, innit? Living in his car, isn't it? Then his girl was like, I'm going to stay with you through everything, basically. And he said it was at that point that he realised he needs to leave her. Which is like, there's just so much to unpack in that. Let me even see if I can find exactly what he said, because I don't want to misquote him.
Bro.
So, you see, this is it. I made sure I saved it so I can show you. I remember when I was living in my car and a girl told me, I can't understand why that means we can't be together. Someone responded to the guy, which is the right response. You should have married her.
Yeah.
You got someone who's into you, ride or die for you. No matter what, she sees you today and she can see when you're going to get back up. He said, women who date homeless people aren't my type, even if I'm the homeless person. Bro, Twitter is mad.
It's mad. But also I feel like, sometimes I just feel like, is that real or is that just content? Do you know what I mean?
Bro, it's
like,
real.
I
think Twitter's real people. But it's a reminder about who we share the earth with.
That is crazy to me.
But a lot of these people are Americans as well, though.
Yeah,
you know, America's mad. Have you seen some stuff about Florida? The state of Florida, bro. I'm just
like UK people was like, America's always saying, UK is great. Like,
nah,
bro,
they say that we drink tea and stuff, bro. America's mad, bro. Crazy stuff happens in America. You've got Netflix. You watch the documentaries, bro.
Crazy stuff happens here, bro.
Nah, not like America, bro. You don't watch documentaries, bro. That's the thing. I watch UK documentaries and US documentaries. The small town documentaries.
Yeah.
The small town where there's one sheriff that manages 800 people and he is the law. The buck stops with him.
Imagine that. It's wild, isn't it?
It's crazy. In America, for example, there's a state where it's illegal to kill mosquitoes. I heard that from an American that came over, by the way. So if I'm incorrect, but apparently, you can't use pesticides. You can't kill the mosquitoes. They have a right to live. So,
bro, I just think, like, I get what man's saying, but also sometimes it's like everyone's got their standard. Everyone's saying stuff. I feel like sometimes
I hear that as well, though. It's just like, you're not necessarily is it just for the content, but you're just being governed by what you've seen out there.
Come on. So you just feel like, I can't be with someone because you want to be with me because I'm living in a car. I can't be with you. Like, let's be honest. The reality is that it should be the opposite. Like, that's what we should hope for. So, man, like, as much as that's why I just feel like sometimes I see stuff. Okay, that's funny, but the reality is scary. Because if you really think like this, we shouldn't be laughing with you. We should be laughing at you.
Yeah, exactly that.
You're a fool. Do you
Exactly
understand?
that.
Because there are men that have dough, have everything, and they just wish that their partner wants them
for who they are.
Come on.
It's crazy. I think with a lot of these things as well, right? It's and we've seen it. It's not only through social media, just through life. Everybody has an opinion on something that they're not doing. So people always talk about how they'll act in a relationship, but they've never been in a relationship. And then when they're in a relationship, they're doing all the things. When they finally get in one, they're doing all the things that they said that they wouldn't do.
Exactly.
Because now you understand that this needs to be done in a relationship.
Yeah, fact.
Or I would never let my boss blah, 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 blah. But when you get a job, your boss is doing all those things and more.
Oh. I often, man, take relationship advice from people that are single. It happens all the time. And I'm not saying you need to be in a relationship to not understand it. Obviously, you can do whatever, but sometimes you just have to look at, like, who am I really living for? When I go online and I see certain people say certain things, I just think to myself, okay, you stay there. Like, what did someone say? Someone tweeted, this is why I don't like Twitter. She said, man that put on seatbelt is feminine to me.
The ick list.
You can't. Yeah, it's an ick. You can't
ick
be.
list.
You can't be an alpha male and wear a seatbelt. So you're just gonna risk your whole life, bruv. Don't get in my car, bro.
No. We got rid of that thing though, because what happened, yeah, is that all of these things in isolation are one thing, but guys started documenting the ick list, and then when you document it and it's cumulative, you see how ridiculous it is. Power bank. Ick list. I can't hear it, but sometimes you need power bank, bro.
Bro, what do you mean?
They said backpack. They said umbrella, so you should just be standing in the rain. Crazy things on there. Bro. Looking left and right when crossing the road. You should just cross.
Bro, when I see certain things, I'm just like, you don't just want to talk.
Funny though.
And you stay being single, stay being in bad relationships, stay posting about how men ain't this and men ain't that, bruv. But you keep having these high demands that don't make sense. Like,
it's vice versa as well, bro. And I think that it goes into everything as well. Something that you said was quite interesting is that you stay taking relationship advice from people that aren't in a relationship, and bringing the money thing into it very, very early. It happens with money as well. You're taking property advice from someone who has never owned a property, has never even thought about owning a property in actual fact, but they're talking on it saying that, what's the point in it? It's not that deep. Or, do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, that's personal.
Bro, it's personal, bro. It's
not personal.
Bro, it's personal, bro. It's not that deep. I see them leading my people them astray, bro. Talk about it's not that deep.
No, fact.
But it really is. And it's the same thing for money as well. I think that one thing I always try and get people to do and get to the mindset of is, before you listen to people, what does good look like? Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What are people that you'd like to be in their position in doing? And sometimes that can answer your question as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's not only in property, that's in business. That's in your investments, your finances, your savings, basically. People that you aspire to or you like the position they're in, what are they doing? And a lot of the time that can answer your question.
Yeah, I remember I was watching something the other day, and this brother, you know when they have the balloons, you know the ladies line up and then they see the guy and then they pop the balloon.
You watching the Lagos one?
Nah, them ones are brutal. I don't know if they just come to cuss. I don't know if they've come really for the... But these women came, and the black guy came. He was dressed very casual, like, and then they just saw him, and they just popped the balloon before he even really said anything. And they said, "What have you done?" "Yeah, I just graduated from law school, got my law degree. All the balloons are popped." Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, when you now ask them what the problem was, oh, the way he's dressed or the way he's this, and it's like, actually, what do you not really?
Did that
want?
go viral?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw some comments. Some of the comments was like, from when the first three popped, and this is a problem as well.
Yeah.
It's like herdism, isn't it?
Yes.
From when the first three popped, there's always going to be a chain reaction. Yeah. Nobody wants to be left behind.
Yeah, like.
Nobody wants to have their own critical thinking and be like, do you know what? It's actually cool for me, basically. It's like once the first three pops, they just...
But my thing is that if I've come on a show to find a partner, and I pop, the aim is to not pop the balloon. But I feel like they've gone on the show and their aim is to pop the balloon, which means that you're going home single. Like, if I've gone to find a partner, I want to wait to the very last moment.
You need to learn everything about them.
I need to find everything. Like, I'm not just going to go on your first impression of how you're dressed or how I look at you, like, because it's more than that, right?
Yeah.
So I need to wait and look at, what are you saying? What are you about? Where you come from? What's your story? And then if I've got to the last second, if I feel like I don't want, I can pop at the last second. Why would I pop at the very beginning before I've even learned anything?
Yeah, I feel you. I think that it's the popcorn society we live in. Everybody wants everything immediately.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So you want to...
Someone has to walk in looking like your spec.
You have to see your dream man. The man in your dreams has to walk in. That's what you're waiting for.
You don't want to work. I always tell people, yeah, and listen, not that man thinks I'm paying or whatever, but I know, yeah, see my wife, like, the way she met me and the way I am now, bruv, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's why you're with her.
That's why I'm with her. Like, she loved me for me.
Exactly.
I was hella flawed.
Yeah.
Like, you know me them times. You know how I was. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I was very, like, people look at me now like someone to look, bruv, I was very Gemini. Very Gemini. Like, I'm hella personalities at any given time. I can very flawed. Like, I used to make a lot of mistakes. Some people would say at one point you think I'm mature. The next thing I do, you think, wow, bro, are you a kid? Like, do you know what I mean? I had a lot of growing up to do. Like, and my wife still saw my potential and built with me. And here we are now. Do you know what I mean? So when certain people try, oh yeah, you know, you're like, I can't take you serious because I know my wife was with me for me. She was with me before man's got to this level. I know that there's certain people, the only reason you talk to me is because you think I'm your meal ticket. Like you feel like every day must get as well. Every day I get people messaging me, I've got this great idea, you know. I've got this great idea.
Elevator pitch.
Like, do you understand? I feel like we can do that. Like sometimes you just need someone that's with you for you.
For you, yeah.
Sometimes you just need an escape because everybody sees you as a way to make pee, a way to come up, or you could introduce me to this. Like just knowing, like every day I go home to my wife that's with me because she wants to be with me.
There for the journey, the long-term view, the foresight. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's what people should be looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the looks, bruv, let's be honest.
They fade.
If a man can cheat on Halle Berry, man can cheat on anyone. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not a looks thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's that life partner. It's that person that you can build with and you can grow with. Do you know what I mean? And to me, like my wife gets more beautiful over time because to me my love for her grows more and more. Do you know what I mean? So it's like this whole thing of, oh, you've got to be perfect at the beginning. Then how are you going to enjoy the journey? Yeah. Do you know how much I love the fact of the lessons I've learned in my wife along the way? Yeah. The things that we've learned together, the things that we've improved on.
Talk about that. So what was money like in the early stages of the relationship?
Yeah, money was sick because I was in the bank. I had a good job.
Yeah.
Mims didn't have to work when we first got together. Yeah. She's literally a housewife. Like I wake up in the morning, she's already woke up. She make breakfast for man before I go. I'll come home. The dinner is there. The house is clean. She just very at home. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then we started having kids, and that's where things got tight. Then the recession happened. The first one, 2008. So it happened in 2007, but we didn't really feel the effects in the banking industry until 2008, 2009. So by 2009, it was hardly having a job and so forth.
Yeah.
I had to, like, the bonuses weren't coming in. Nobody wanted to invest. Everyone was scared. I had to pivot. My income went down. So it was hard. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I really feel like, my wife stood by me and supported me when I went through that low. And then obviously now, we're living the dream. But yeah, in the beginning it was really good. But then we had a patch, I'm talking 3-4 years.
Wow.
Where money was tight. Because not only did I then realize that these employee jobs, I kept getting sacked. They kept not like letting me go and all of that. Then I had to build a business. Then that takes time to build.
Tell me about it.
Then we're having, and listen, I'm still having unprotected sex like an idiot. Like, I mean, I'm still out here popping babies. Like, the dough is not coming. Like, my only stress relief is having sex, and these kids are just coming. I'm just scoring goals every time. You know what I mean? And so like, all of a sudden you got these mouths to feed. You got nursery, and it's different when you're first together. It's just the two of you.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yes.
Your cost, if I can afford myself, and my wife ain't adding that much cost to me. So when you got kids,
it's different.
Oh, it's different, man.
It's different.
It's different. And so yeah, that was a hard time, and that really tested our relationship. Do you know what I mean? And then we've really come through that now.
Yeah.
What about you? What was it like when you first got together? But I was both balling anyway.
Not balling. Ours was a bit different. We met in uni.
Yeah.
So in uni, I used to work loads of jobs in uni, all of these part-time jobs, H. Samuel, call centre, blah blah blah. So I kind of I had loose change in it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Came out of uni. I think that the beginning stages, she still has to see the vision in it, because obviously in uni naturally you have ups and downs as well. And do you know what is funny? Because it's difficult when someone has, or you think it's difficult. And I think that sometimes as men, it's like you have what you think people expect of you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when things were good, I kind of set the standard to that level, innit? So it hurt even more when at certain times I would drop down to what for me at that point was a low standard, but it's normal of a student. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it's kind of like you want to get back up there. After uni, I would say I was building assets. So cash wasn't really flowing. I was really invested in property, not really investing in anything else basically, and not really spending a lot of money. So it's kind of like there was definitely a growth period, and that's like you say, that's why I moved on to it today, because we grew together in that effectively. But yeah, it was just all right, like building together. Then we started buying property together, and I think that we just had aligned. I think that's one thing that's really important, just to have aligned goals basically.
Yeah, I love Ants, man. She's probably like Ants and obviously Hendy's wife. Those are my two favourites out of all my.
Jeez.
Yeah, like Ants.
Big up, Max.
Like I feel like the two, like you and Hendy's wife are just fantastic. Like, I just love how they carry themselves, how they're independent, they're making their dough, they're doing their own thing. Like, they're only adding value. Do you understand, in all aspects, but yet so respectful.
Yeah.
Like, so like, from I've met Ants, yeah, when I told you I remember the first time I met her, like, I walked into church and she just come and I've said hi to you. She said, "Oh, hi, you're Eman. Like, I know you're Tayo's big bro." Like, the respect that, I was like, I'm just meeting for the first time. The respect she showed, man, it touched man's heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, just seeing the growth and so forth. Like, but you getting together in uni, did you ever feel like, I've met so early, like, what about, how am I going to know this is the one when I haven't really been with many others because I'm with her in uni? Like, did you feel like it's too early? Because I'm sure there are young people now that, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
feeling like, this relationship, like, uni relationships don't make it to marriage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just for uni.
I think that's a great question, and I think that it's all about who you are and what you want.
Yeah.
And I think that from a young age, I was someone who, I was very particular on who I would call even my friends, not even to talk as my partner.
Yeah.
So it's funny, I've had relationships before, Antoinette, but no one had the title of even girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because I was extremely particular about that.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had a girlfriend, none of these, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because I was very particular about that. And I think that and I think part of it is my faith as well, do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I know that during relationships that I'm someone who knows that you have to build on it, you have to work on it. But for me, the fundamentals are there, the fundamentals are in place, and I saw those fundamentals in Antoinette. And I'm someone, I'm always assessing these things. Like, I always look at one thing and it's like, if you can do this, you could do this, and this. If you can do this, you could do this. And I think it just worked well with Antoinette and I. We gelled. And yeah, man, we've been strong since uni, man.
No, your personalities match. Like, I never, like, there's couples you see and you're just like, how are they together? But when I see it, I'm like, this is God. Like, you lot was meant to be together. Like, you're designed to be together. You bounce off each other. Like, guys, if you're ever in the house of these two, like, it's fantastic. Like, they just bounce off one another. The jokes, the banter, like, even the parenting styles similar. Like, everything, it's like clockwork. Do you know what I mean? Which is amazing to see. And like, I feel like it's amazing that you've been together that long and it still feels fresh. Like, it still feels new. Like, when I'm around you,
you have to. It's funny though. You have to be intentional with those things as well, innit?
Yeah,
and I think
facts.
this is where we can even touch on that as well, because it's funny. Like, sometimes especially with us, we can get so caught up in work.
Come on.
I've told a few people this recently. Like, there was a time, obviously October, Black History Month is extremely busy for us with bookings and stuff like that. And we're just looking at the diary of Black History Month for, like, we've got joint bookings, Antoinette's got bookings, I've got bookings. And it was like, when we were about to go into that, I was like, do you know what? We have to be intentional. I intentionally booked the family holiday after that to get away, basically. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, we can't just be making money and hoarding it. You actually have to spend it so you get that release as well. And sometimes it makes you more productive.
No, definitely. But I think also, like, you've got to have a partner that wants to put in the work. Like even like, I remember one time I've come to you lot's yard and I was speaking to Ants and she's like, yeah, I'm changing my hair. I changed the clothes that I wear in the house. Like, cause she's like, I don't want Ty to ever be comfortable.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I wanted to come and see, like, oh, right, you look different. Oh, right, you're doing like, she's making an effort. Like you said, you've been together for a long time. So a lot of the time when people are together for long, it can get stale because I know what you're gonna say, I know what you're gonna do. But she's constantly thinking, how do I freshen this? Oh, let's go to work out together, or let's do the gym together, let's do this, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm out with my girls, or I'm gonna look after the kids, you go out with your, like, she's always trying to make sure that the relationship is moving and it's bubbling and there's energy. Trust me, I told Mims, I always tell my wife, like, speak to Ants, Ants is on it.
It's funny though, because for men on the other side, like, women can go through, they do all of that, which we're so thankful for. But sometimes for men it's a cheat code, because sometimes the equivalent of that is just being funny.
Yeah.
Adding small laughter to the household. Because that makes you unpredictable. You're different every day.
Trust me.
You're different every day.
That's the only reason I even survive.
Cheat code.
My wife, she will beat me. Like, I just have to make her smile.
Right, listen,
make her laugh.
just you work for that smile, work for that laugh.
Me.
When things get intense, you work for that.
Trust me, I'm always just trying to make her smile, and then if anything, just take the kids. Like,
Yeah.
I always do that. I'll just take the kids. Like, okay, leave mummy have some time.
Literally, I do that a lot as
she
well.
appreciates it.
I
So,
do that a lot.
and that's the thing. It's little things, bro. When we talk about the last episode, talking about like buying flowers, but sometimes all they want is just peace and quiet.
Yeah.
They just want to know that actually you see what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
facts.
you appreciate it. So there's times like, I'll be like, listen, I can do the school run. Let me do that. Let me just take that. While I'm here, I always tell her, if I'm here, let me do the school run.
Yeah.
Because more time, I'm not here. So
Exactly.
when I'm here,
Gives you grace
let
when
me
you're
do
not there.
it. Like, gives me great. Like, let me do this. Let me take this. Let me do this. Oh, they need this. Like when they had to get their costumes for World Book Day. I'm gonna take them. Man,
Yeah,
to Sainsbury's. We was running up and down trying to find outfits. We're googling what characters, what colours they wear, to find. But let me do that. I'm gonna take that stress off you. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's what she appreciates more than anything. I can buy her bare things. It's just gonna say thank you, babe, and then it's in the. But those are the things that she'll remember when she gets angry. She'll remember. You know what? This brother did try for me. Let me leave him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me leave him. So I think those things are really important.
Facts. Today, Eman, I wanted to talk to you about a statement. It's agree or disagree. I think I know what you're going to say.
Come on.
But I want you to unpack it properly, basically. And this is right up your street, actually. I think Elon Musk said it, but I think a number of people have said it. But it's something that's quite highly debated. So they say, in this day and age, it's easier to make 10K than save 10K. What do you think?
Easier to make 10K than save 10K. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Anyway, that's how I do stuff.
Do you think it's like that for everybody though?
No, I don't think it's like that for everybody. I think people are saving on their mind. But for me, my saving comes from surplus.
Yeah.
I don't restrict myself and cut back and save. I make more money and then I naturally save because I don't spend that much.
That's making more money. So let's create a profile. What's a typical profile? What's the average salary? Let's just say £35,000.
Yeah.
What's £35,000 net on a monthly basis?
Probably 1.8, something like that.
Cool. And let's say the average first time buyer is 32, but I guess a lot of people could be renting. So we're going to pick a renter or a non-renter. Someone living at home or someone that rents. What should we pick?
Let someone live at home. Let them have a little.
So they got some change in it.
Yeah.
So even with that 1.8 per month, let's kind of unpack how long realistically might it take that person to save 10K? Could take a minute, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be an element of enjoyment as well.
Yeah, always. But you could, if you keep it down, you could save. Or if you got 1.8 and you're living at home, you could definitely save, £500 a month.
Yeah, definitely. £500 a month. That's 6K in a year.
So
that's about 18 months.
Yeah,
20 months.
Yeah.
So in 20 months, could that same person make an extra 10K in income quicker than the 20 months?
Of course.
Even if they're 35K, they have no experience in side hustles or anything. So they've got to think of a business or another side hustle, and they make that 20K, that 10K in 20 months.
Oh yeah.
I think so as well. I agree with you. I just want to unpack it in it because so we get it right, because I'm a big believer in that people can do that, and I think that everybody listening to it can do it. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of people online that dumb down the business side of things. When I say dumb it down, I say that the people that are like, oh yeah, why don't you just start a business? Or, why are you investing in S&P 500? Why don't you just start a business? Why are you investing in stocks? Why don't you just start a business? There's no business shop that sells business. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It is difficult, but I do think that if you put your mind to it, you could probably think of a way to make an extra 10K than saving 10K. I think the majority of people might be able to do that if they applied themselves.
The way I see it is like, even if for 5 days of the week, there's 7 days in the week, just 5 days of the week, other than your work, if you could make £50 a day, that's £250 a week, that's £1,000 a month. In 10 months, that's 10K. Yeah? Just £50 a day. So if you found a way to make £10 in an hour for 5 hours, like remember you work outside of work. If you could just find 5 hours, remember on Saturday, Sunday, you could do more hours.
Yeah.
Maybe do fewer hours during the week. More out. Like it's so possible.
Yeah, so possible.
And that's just £10. You could easily make £20, £30, depending on what you're doing. And remember, it depends on what the hustle. Like for example, if you can do hair.
I love that one.
If you can do hair, which a lot of people can learn, the braid and stuff like that.
I had this saying that with some people that are employed and you're earning 52,000 over the 50K threshold, look at the taxes. It might just make sense to start doing hair.
You can do hair, like, which is something that people need, and you can do it well. Like, bruv, even I know people that can wash their hair, but they'll still want to go somewhere just to have that someone else just take that off me, wash their hair, and then braid it for them or K-roll it, cornroll it for them. Like, what?
Because the key thing we don't want to do, we don't want to make it sound easy. So I love the fact that you're giving examples of ways people can do it. And one of the ways I've seen is people that train people to do the job that they're currently doing. Remember, you're an expert in something.
Yeah.
There's something that you do day in, day out, and something that some people might pay to learn how to do, to learn how to get into this industry. There's a guy that works in like a data space, and he trains other people how to get into the data space, basically. And I think it's like 2,000, but he'll get like 40 people at a time.
Bro, I literally just, if you're good at Excel, for example, that's it. So I just literally did my budget spreadsheet. Like I redone it. I've done a new one for my new company so that we could give away to people. He literally did what he paid. His hourly rate is £40 an hour, and he did it in 4 hours. I paid him £180 or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
People are willing to pay for these things, and I think that there's so many tools out there that we can now use to make building these businesses quicker as well. Yeah. Even when it comes to like the AI tools that can, like a lot of people talk about ChatGPT, and I don't think ChatGPT is going to build a business for you, but it can help get your creative juices flowing and thinking about what you can do. Like sometimes you can just tell ChatGPT what you can do on a daily basis.
Exactly.
I do this. After I take the kids to school, I bake cakes for some of the parents at school, and then I'll go do my job and blah blah blah. Listen to everything I've written and give me 10 business opportunities that I could potentially build from this. Okay, cool, they've given you those things. There's so many free tools that you can use to make a logo. So many free ways of advertising through Fiverr, through Freelancer. A lot of the things that I'm talking about are people that I've paid to do stuff as well. Remember when we did that panel talk?
Yeah.
And there was a lady that did a newsletter. Yeah. And she mentioned me in the newsletter, and Antoinette and I, after a webinar we done, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm building a website. Like, I need someone to write a blog. I'm not going to write the blog. Yeah. That's a monthly income that she could have been making just from that. But it's like, we just got to turn that business kind of like mindset on. And there's nothing wrong with not having it on. But I think that these sort of conversations can kind of like encourage you to like lock it on, if that kind of makes sense.
No, definitely. And I just feel like you just got to, yes, I get it. Saving is like I totally understand the saving.
Yeah.
But saving from one income is very difficult.
Definitely.
That income is doing other things.
Yeah.
So you want to try and look at how do I bring other money in that's not reliant on bills and so forth, because all that money can go straight to savings.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to use it for your day to day.
Yeah.
So I always say, if your salary is for your day to day, then what other income streams can you create to then put away for investing or saving or whatever it may be?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to clarify, this is by no means a don't save. Definitely save. But it just goes to that question of sometimes the answer is earn more.
Yeah.
And especially, I'm the property guy, so especially when it comes to property, it's like you're doing it twofold now, because by trying to earn another £10,000, you've now increased your income multiple when it comes to the amount that you can borrow, but you've also made that extra £10,000 that you can hopefully add to your savings for a deposit. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I think in this day and age, that's what a lot of people are doing. There's so many opportunities out there. And I think that we're moving away from the traditional means of earning as well. It come like side hustles are now side by side with your main hustle. You can't even tell which one's which.
Especially if you're living in this UK, this London, it's a lot, man. The tax everywhere, the way, the cost. Every time you step out your house, there's a different cost. Like, you know what I mean? The amount of ticket, bruv. Man, the other day, man got a ticket, bro. Man got a ticket for driving on I followed Google Maps, and I got a ticket. And when they come back, they said that road, you can't drive on that road at a certain time.
Yeah.
But I just followed the maps.
Google Maps, yeah. I can't lie to you. There's something that needs to be said about that, because I'm just following Google Maps. I'm just doing what the rules tell me to do.
Bruv, Google Maps should know the rules.
Yeah.
Bro. I can't look at the map and look at every road sign at the same time. Yeah. I don't even know where I am.
We live in a different time. Once upon a time, they used to look at the signs, and that's how they knew what to do.
Come on.
We don't do that anymore. We listen to what the maps tells us.
But what type of sign now you're telling me that if I had gone at this time, it's okay to drive on this road, but if I'd gone at that time, it's not okay.
By the time you're there, it's too late.
It's too late,
you want me to? I'm meant to be looking at pedestrians. You want me to be looking at the time, looking at my watch?
You know what they're doing? So it's like everywhere you go out, someone's trying to take money from you.
Trying to jam you
Even
up.
just come out the train station and walking. This one, donate to this charity. Hello, I'm a charity right now.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to donate to me.
I need help. It's so funny. It's funny that you talk about the fines and that as well. We're having a situation whereby, see, dart charge.
Yeah.
So something happened where the direct debit lapsed.
Yeah.
Something like that. It happened. So we rectified it in like February.
Yeah.
But they sent a letter saying that it lapsed in like November. The problem is they're sending all of their letters 3 months late.
Yeah.
So I got 2 letters today from January. We're in April. I fixed the direct debit in February. So you're telling me that every single time I took the kids to see their grandparents on M25, I've still got several letters coming. So there must be something I can say that.
Yeah, of course.
You're not letting me know about this in time.
Yeah, fact.
You can't give me a fine. The first fine is cool. We'll settle that one. But everything else is your problem because you haven't notified me about the problem in time. If you're giving me letters in 3 months' time, I can't. What am I meant to do?
No,
do you get what I'm trying to say? So,
bro, let me tell you one. This is the one that I tell you when I get my own TV show, I'm going to really, bruv. My dad pays his car road tax, pays by direct debit every year. Yeah. For whatever reason, they said that the direct debit didn't take.
I know what happens.
So now, rather than them send a letter to say that the direct didn't take, they sent someone to come and take his car.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
He's come out. This is an old af man. He ain't got a clue. He's come out his yard.
So there's a paper on the floor.
There's a paper. Bro.
Do you know how funny it is?
Bro, there's a paper on the floor.
Like a cartoon.
Bro.
Where your car once was, the space is still there. There's an A4 piece of paper on the floor.
They've carried my man's car. Bruv, remember, there's one in Woolwich. They've took it to the one in Barnet, bro. In Barnet. Man's got no whip, but he had to go to Barnet. Now, remember, they didn't know the address to tell him that the payment, remember, it's them that stopped the payment.
Yeah.
It's not that the payment's not there. You go to his bank account, the payment is there.
Yeah.
They've stopped taking the payment for whatever reason, whatever system, whatever. Rather than send a letter for a new one, they've just waited months and then just sent the people. They know the address to take the car.
Just to take the car from,
but they don't know the address to tell you
that
your payment is missing. Took the car. You've gone to collect the car. Bruv, I've had to Uber with my man to Barnet. That is a mission in itself.
Yeah.
Gone down there. We've had to pay to get the car back, bruv. I want to say it was something ridiculous, like almost £500.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna wait for your figure, but that's what it's like to get your car at the impound. Yeah.
Almost £500 for a road tax that doesn't even cost.
Was that for the road tax or to take the car out?
It's
just
to take the car out.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is because he didn't pay his road tax. But his road tax is a change.
That 120.
You know what I'm saying? So now we paid this, and I said, this can only be done for you lot to make money.
Yeah.
This is only,
Yeah.
and this is the country. Like, this is why when I talk about other countries, this is not happening. You see, when I'm in Africa, bruv, when you park your car, no one's telling. They've got car parks. They want you to come and park. Not only have they got car park, bruv. When I was in South Africa, they got the car park. They've even got an attendant in the car park to make sure that your car don't get broke into, because they want you to come and spend money.
Yeah.
This London, it's an obstacle even to park your car outside of your own house that you pay council tax for. Then even the council tax that you pay, will these men even take your bin? If your bin is not in the exact location
in the vicinity
of where they want it, these men are going to leave your bin. And they're not even coming every week. They're coming every other week now.
Do you know what? One thing that got me, the plant pots. You definitely know about that because they've done very that in your area. The plant pots in the blocking the road and stuff like that, and the cameras and
They've locked off so much, bruv.
It's crazy.
So many roads. And so the thing and even that's how I got the ticket, because where the shortcut I wanted to take, they'd had the plant pots to block the road. So I had to take a different road, and that's how I ended up in no man's land in the
place
fine.
that you're not familiar with.
So it's one of them things where we're in a country where everywhere you can try and save, but somehow something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose that money. So just make more.
Yeah, make more. Absolutely. It's funny because you could easily get caught up doing it the other way around, because you've got that mentality, and I've had the mentality I'm going to talk about in a second. Some people have the mentality, and I've had it at times. I probably still have it sometimes today. they're gonna take the money from me anyway, so let me spend it.
Facts.
And it's easy to get into that.
It's
And that's how
easy.
that's how I think about it sometimes
lot
as
of
well.
people are like
Bro, if this money stays here anyway, someone's gonna come and grab it
Someone's
anyway.
gonna grab
Let me grab it for my own thing before someone comes and takes it, because that's exactly what it's like.
Bro.
It's peak, bro.
There was a time, bruv, I swear to you, there was a time that I remember every time I went out, I got a fine somewhere. I either got a fine, someone broke into the car, popped a tire. Every time I left my house, I was like, am I cursed, bro? It's just the country,
You have
bruv.
to be resilient, you know.
It's just how we are in this country.
You have to be resilient, fam.
Bruv, man, imagine parking your car outside your house and someone trying to steal your car in from your own yard. Imagine even I see where people, you pay and you can't park your car at your house. You're at your house because you're near a station. You now got to park far down the road.
I'll walk down
and
with
walk
the
back.
shopping in the Tesco bag.
This country is just so crazy.
Has your car ever been attempted to be robbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
My car's been.
They've taken it away.
No, they didn't take it.
Okay.
But they opened the doors.
Yeah,
I've gone in. I found someone's bus pass in my car.
Crazy. So you know you've done it.
No, bruv, lucky they didn't have it wasn't registered, but
Just a.
just a
I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm
oyster.
thinking about the one with the photo card.
No, just the oyster. But I found someone's oyster in the thing.
Crazy.
Like, and I
I
remember,
think you still have the. Oh yeah, it's not registered. You said, innit? Yeah.
it wasn't. So yeah, but I remember. So I come to the car, I was like, bro, this thing's it's open.
Yeah.
And like I've opened the doors, I've gone into the side, seen the thing. They've dropped some stuff in the car when they were trying, because they were probably trying to take it, but they could open the doors, but they couldn't start the engine. Otherwise they would have took my car.
Crazy.
But I had SA's Gele in the back in the boot. They stole it for a wedding. So I had to now
What
go.
to do what with?
No,
So
it's already sewn. So I've just collected it for him when I collected my one. Then they've took it. So now I've had to take him to Liverpool Street to go to the tailor to get the thing and get it sewn and get it measured and sewn all over again.
Do you know what's so long? It's those ones that hurt the most. Like I remember one time, my car's been broken into several times.
Yeah,
All different cars have been
obviously.
broken into. No, not even my current car.
Yeah.
The old ones even.
Is it?
So the old ones, they couldn't. They had the remote that you couldn't steal the car.
Yeah.
But they could get into it.
So
And I think sometimes I just forgot to lock it, if I'm being honest as
Yeah.
well. But there was one where they took I'd just gone to Bicester and bought some new saunas, a few new bits in it. But they stole my work jacket, which was just like a Zara, or I think it was Next.
Yeah.
It's a normal but it's your day to day.
Yeah.
And that's the one that burnt me.
Come on.
Like I was just like, these guys are just messing me up.
Come on.
Because that's the one that burns, bro. The one that you do every single day. I think I remember the story. I think it was like soon after I'd moved out of my parents' house, but I went to go visit my parents back home for like 5 days. So I was tired when I came home. And the only thing I unpacked was like my PlayStation back in the house. I left bare other stuff in the car. And it was that day that they just happened to run through everything.
Bruv.
Everything.
But I hear stories that, one of my friend's wives, she used to leave her shoes in the car. And she's got red bottoms like in the car. Bruv, they
Smashed it,
bro.
What's the resale? And this goes back to that whole fashion discussion, innit? But what is the resale value?
I don't even know, but bruv, man, I just see coins. Man, I see money, bruv.
Yeah.
But my thing is this whole like the watch thing. Like I remember I was speaking to S on it about this whole watch thing and saying like, these men are stealing watches and da. And he was just like to me like, but should you really have 30, 40K on your wrist? Such a small item, like, and if you do have that, should you not also think about the security you need to have? Do you understand?
I hear it.
Like, because like your car might be worth 50K, but it might be difficult.
Yeah.
On your
There's
wrist.
insurance are on it.
Come on.
Yeah, it's bad. It's funny though. One of our friends made a statement which was like, a lot of the problem with these things is that the watch wasn't worth 40,000 when he bought it. When he bought it, it was a 15-piece. But during the pandemic, a lot of these watches went up, sir.
Crazy.
And now it's got into like the danger bracket.
And obviously everyone's teaching people, oh, this watch is worth this.
That is I'm so glad you said it. That was a huge part of it.
Yeah. Everyone's learning online.
I think that during the pandemic,
Yeah.
there's huge great things that came out of it.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, everybody learned. It's great for our platforms as well.
Yeah.
And it's even great for just in general. Like, all of a sudden, it's normal for all of a sudden, it's not strange for an 18-year-old to have stocks and shares or be invested in stocks. or investing in crypto. It's not like investment isn't strange for young people anymore after the pandemic. And a huge part of that was education during that period as well. And like you say, watches. I remember that I think this guy's Australian. I used to watch his videos as well. You just learned everything. So
Bruv, when I tell you, I know you say everyone learned, but one thing I learned in the pandemic that was, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but bruv, man learned about
wigs.
Bruv, I've never seen so many wig tutorials, bro. I learn about, because I didn't realize that man's learn. You know when they got the ting here and they're cutting it around, bruv, and then they got the baby hairs. Once I see the baby hairs, I'm like, that must be yours. The way I learned about wigs,
You learned about installs.
all installs.
Your YouTube algorithm must have been a madness.
When you do your makeup.
So what is it? You put it on, you watched it,
Bro, man was just swiping and it's there, bro.
and you got hooked.
And I just got hooked, bro. I've seen them do your makeup and then you're painting the line, the parting with the same makeup they use, so it looks like it's your skin going through.
That is so funny.
I'm watching this thing like, bro, why is this so entertaining?
I can't lie. I can't say nothing. I was watching mad stuff. I was watching this guy clean swimming pools. I ain't got no swimming pool. I'll watch it. When I finish that video, I'll scroll to the next one.
Bro.
I watched like eight in one sitting.
Bro.
Cleaning swimming pools.
Bro, it's just things just grab you when you got time.
Yeah.
You just watch whatever.
That was a mad time though. We're gonna look back at that time and say, crazy that we lived through the pandemic, bro.
But don't you feel like the world just has completely changed?
Definitely.
Like, and I don't think it can ever go back to the time before. It just moved and that was it.
So many things like we talk about the education piece, but you couple that in with like work from home, and it goes back to our discussion whereby there is a shift where it has made it more realistic to make 10K than save 10K basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that these things can't be ignored, and I don't think it'll ever go back as well. They say something about working from home, innit? Like people say, are we ever fully going to be back in the office? And for me, the answer is no. It's not going to go back to how it was. Do you know why? When everybody has to work from home, what happens is that the super skilled people, the people that can do the job that only 1 in 10,000 can do, they've had a taste of that, and they realize that, do you know what? I actually like being at home. Now that those people have realized it, these people have to make if you're at BlackRock and you need that guy, and he's saying that, bro, at Credit Suisse, they're allowing me to work from home, so I'm only coming to you guys. I love the wage. I love the wage, but I'm only coming to you guys if you're giving me that same pattern. They're gonna.
But I feel like, even just when you just think about how life was before and how it is now, it's just crazy. Like the things that we don't do anymore, the way things are done, the way things were before, the way things are now.
For example,
going forward, I don't know. Like you said, even the way people work, the way people. Even like cash, the way we use card, the way we've moved onto that. Even like when you look at young people now, what's the number one job? Influencer.
Yep.
Bruv, do you think I could tell my mum I want to do YouTube full time?
I often tell people, like, with our thing, the first time my mum knew I was doing anything like this was when she saw me on TV.
Bruv, it wasn't until my mum saw me on TV that she said, okay, carry on.
Yeah.
And all the aunties called that you're saying you're doing well. Now, kids are growing up in school, and I don't blame them.
But
when you look at,
you know.
But when you look at it, compared to a doctor, lawyer, solicitor that we grew up, accountant, they don't make bread like these, man.
They said the average roofer is like 45 years old or something like that. The average age of a roofer.
That's the thing.
Who's going to do these jobs?
We need manual labour.
Who's going to do these jobs?
And I know they're trying to bring AI to try and take some of these jobs, but
they can't take those ones.
They can't take everything. But you've seen the AI that they got in, they're trying in America. I know you say America's a mad place. In America, where they can build house.
They're guessing.
Bruv, they got...
they unpack the house where they unpack it.
Yeah, unpack it. Because you know now they build the house in blocks. And
modular homes.
Modular homes. So they've got AI to do that, to do the modules. Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes the tech thing is crazy.
It's mad.
But I think it still take a long time to come through. I remember one time I was shook. I was on Twitter. I saw I don't know why this one really sunk in for me. I saw a robot do a backflip. I was like...
I saw that.
It was clean as well.
No, it was clean.
I was like, hey, we're in trouble.
No,
because there's a lot of humans that can't do that.
No, bro.
Backflip. Bro. Clean one.
When I saw that, I just said, iRobot. I just said...
Yeah.
I said, this thing is really happening.
I said it to my
iRobot's not a movie, it's a prophecy.
I put it in a group chat. I said, yo, we're in trouble.
Like, and even now, like when you're thinking about like domestic stuff, like now they got robots. They're building robots that can wash. Robots that can go to the airport. There's no man cleaning the floors no more. They got the robots just going around, and they'll just go around you, and it's cleaning the airport.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So more and more of these things are gonna come in, and so it's just like the world is just a different place.
Yeah.
So quickly.
Yeah.
It happens so quickly.
It's funny. I want to go back to one of the other things you said, which is the cash thing. The cash thing is crazy. Like IOUs with my window cleaner is mad, bro. Because I'm always trying to bring out cash for him, and then the cash is done, and then I've used it on something because I just don't really have a need to take out cash. The last time he came, I actually had to tell him to wait there, drive to the cash point, and come back.
Bro, do you know how mad it is? Like with the cash thing, like when man has to go. You know how dirty my car stays because I'm a man that loves to clean my car, but cash machine, I hate cash. My wife went to the cash machine the other day. Well, she got her card stolen.
Seriously? Yeah, the card
It was a fake thing. So then she put it in, and then the guy behind her said, "Oh, he swallowed it." Then she's moved off. Then the guy's taken the thing off, took her card, went round the corner to the shop. Luckily, she quickly called it and cancelled it.
No way.
But it's just like cash machine is just so old school. Like who does that?
Secure.
Like, it's not secure. Like car wash, but I understand car wash. Their costs. I understand to have this many men washing my car at one time. You need to be paying in cash because you can't pay tax and pay this man.
When they break it down, they probably might meet the threshold anyway.
How am I there? 10 man is in the car wash. I got 5 man washing my car. Two people are hoovering inside.
Yeah.
Bro, think about that.
I think the main reason they do it
For £15, £20.
We both worked in retail banking. One of the main reasons they do it is because in some cases it might be hard for some of these guys to get bank accounts anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm trying to say?
True.
Madness, bro. Madness. It has to be paid in cash.
It has to be paid in cash. So there are just certain things that you have to do cash. But when you then go to Nigeria, it's the other way around, bro. Now I'm just holding all this big money, walking around with 50,000 naira just because everything is cash.
When you go to the club, when you settle the bill, it takes like 45 minutes to count the money, fam. It's so true, bro.
It's true, bro.
45 minutes, bundles and counting the cash. It don't make no sense.
Can you do
transfer? Bro, I like card as well, but in Nigeria, man. You grab the exchange rate at the...
Come on.
You grab it there and then.
Come on, like the best rates.
Yeah.
Cash is it's just a big change. So from different countries, but I feel like I love where we're at now in regards to the fact that the one thing about the pandemic, it made us more together as a world.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like before we were very individual in our bubbles, but now, like I said, two of my staff members are in Nigeria. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we got people. I can work with businesses in America. There's that connection because now, because we're online, I have clients that are not in the UK. Do you know what I mean? That I can give advice to, that it would never be a thought before to have these conversations with and be able to talk to and be able to help and support. Do you know what I mean? So it's great that you have that more global feel.
Yeah, and we can't forget as well that during the pandemic was times where they increased things like the contactless limit.
Yeah.
So what contactless is like, I think on the card it's like £30. You know, Apple Pay is unlimited as well, isn't it?
You know, Apple Pay, that's what I was going to say, in the Middle East, Apple Pay, my guy is in the Middle East. When he does pay Apple Pay, there's no limit on it.
There's no limit on it here.
Here as well.
A lot of people think that it's there's a limit. There's no limit on Apple Pay. Yeah, there's limit on contactless, but Apple Pay itself, there's no limit. You can bill up whatever is on the...
So I really don't need to take my wallet out then?
I don't take my wallet out. I ain't got a wallet on me. I never take my wallet out.
No, I'm mad. I've actually gone mad. I was still walking wallet because I think if I want to do more than £100, but
what? No, bro.
It's my same card.
No, Apple Pay. You run it up. Anything.
Bro, this technology is scary.
It's scary, bro. It's scary, but to a certain extent, it's more secure as well.
No, yeah, I hear you. Because your ID, right? You got to scan you. Yeah,
got to scan your face and whatnot.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Let's slap through these dilemmas though. We got some dilemmas from the people in a minute.
Go on.
Which one should we start with? I've got one for you actually. Cool. I like the way this person's thinking. Just had first child. Congratulations.
Congrats.
How do me and my wife protect her in case of death? Confused on wills, life insurance, and savings options. This is right up your street.
Yeah. So, okay, so life insurance. There's 3 main life insurance. So there's actual life insurance, which is not for you. That's what you have to remember. Life insurance is not for you. Life is for whoever your dependents are, whoever you want to leave it to on your death. Okay, so that's for you. So you would get that either once you get a wife, once you have children, even if you've got a family member that you support financially and so forth, you might have life insurance. So if anything happens to you, there's financial support, there's money for them. Life insurance. Then there's income protection. Yeah, so life insurance is the cheapest. Then there's income protection. So income protection, if you're sick, unable to work, that will pay back your salary to a certain percentage, normally 60 to 70% of your income, so that if you're sick, you can't work. There's money to still pay bills and so forth and carry on until you're able to get back to work. All right. And then there's critical illness. That's for you as well. So if you have no dependents, everyone needs income protection and critical illness, because critical illness is if you're sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke. Everyone knows someone that's in their family or in their friendship group that's had something of this nature. So yeah, critical illness is something that's important to have. That protects you. Income protection protects you. Life insurance protects your loved ones. All right.
Clear breakdown.
So that's those. In regards to a will. So a will is something that you take out to protect your assets. So anything, and also once you have children. So if for example, you're in a car with your partner and God forbid you had a car crash and died, if you don't have them put in the will who looks after your children, the government will decide. And they'll probably look for a family member, which you might not be close to that family member, but the kids will not have to go and live with. Whereas you might be close to a neighbor or a friend who the kids maybe regularly go to, and that would be the person that you'd think would look after them. So all of this, godparent thing that we do, go to church, you get the certificate. It's not real over here. You know what I mean? You need to have it in a will. So that's really important. But also any assets that you want to leave and so forth. And a big thing for me, for example, I've got my wife, but also I've got sisters, my mum, you know what I mean? So I might say I've got kids as well, but I might want to leave some money to my sisters and so forth as an older brother. Yeah. So I might want to make sure that happens, because if I don't have a will, it will go to my wife and kids, and my sisters won't get anything. Do you know what I mean? So that will be something to put in there to make sure that your money or your assets are split in that way. And then in regards to savings, obviously, once you're married, you'll have ISA allowances, so you can do ISAs. You can do, if you want to buy a property, then obviously you've got lifetime ISAs, which you get 25% from the government. ISAs are just tax-free savings. Everyone's got a £20,000 limit that you can use there. But I think what's really important is to look at, okay, yes, save, but also how quickly can you start investing? So things like start, even if it's £50, £100 into a fund, and just start letting that build over time as well. That's a good way to start building for the future as well. But then also having an emergency fund as financial protection. So obviously you've got life insurance, which is a protection if you die, but you want to be able to self-assure yourself as well. So have an emergency fund, so if anything happens and you lose a job, or you get made redundant or anything like that, there's finances available until you get your next job. So yeah.
Bro, isn't it mad, that someone is listening to a free podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts, and they just got hundreds, if not thousands, pounds worth of worth of financial advice? So I want you guys to just pause it right now. If you're on Apple Music, if you're on Spotify, leave a review on the podcast. Make sure you're following it. If you're on YouTube, like, share, leave a comment, say thank you for that, Eman. Put the clap, put the prayer hands, whatever is your preference. Turn on notifications, subscribe. If you've been with us all this time, you're obviously enjoying the podcast up until this point, so please do that, because it definitely helps us. And it just makes sure that we're here every week. Coming every week is hard, fam.
It's not easy.
It's hard. It's my wife's birthday tomorrow.
Wow.
It's now in the evening. I should be at home.
You should be at home.
I'll play high risk game for you lot. Guys, like, share, subscribe.
Please.
Eman, we got another one. On track to triple my salary this year.
Yeah.
Come
on.
Love that. Through starting own company. Love that too. How best to use this extra cash? Don't want to squander it.
Love that. Come on, bro. You've done the same thing. What did you do?
I think if you're going to triple your income, one of the first things to do is that you need to just take a step back.
Yeah.
Don't rush into anything. Because it's easy to
reward yourself.
It's easy to reward yourself very, very quickly. We've dropped out lady, we're now a waitress.
Come on.
We know how it go.
We know.
We dropped out the car. Now one car for the family used to suit us.
No.
Now we got two. If you're thinking about a third, two in a motorbike. Two in a motorbike.
Come on.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think the first thing is just to step back and let your lifestyle stay the same.
Yes.
For at least 6 months while that new business is running, because business is crazy.
Yeah.
It can be so up and so down. And one thing I actually enjoyed about starting my own business, even though I basically tripled my income as well, or maybe even more at this point, But one thing I really enjoyed about it is that you kind of have to be prudent anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's like, it's not your money, it's the company's money.
Exactly.
And the way that you take your income from the business as well kind of forces you to do that. And I think especially for the person that asked the question, where tax and that comes into it, once again, you have to be extra prudent, because sometimes people spend every penny that comes in, and then because you've been making so much, you might be making... you might be into the like 180, 200,000 now, and now all of a sudden your tax bill comes and it's like, yeah, you need to pay 35k, 40k.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's the key things I'd say is speak to your accountant. Leaving employed to go to self-employed, I'd say try and get some of the same things that you had when you were employed. So one of the first things I say is look at a private pension, because you want to make sure that you're still doing that. And there's tax benefits of that. I'm sure Eman can speak about that a bit more. And then I guess one of the other things I did is reinvest into the business as well. Tripled your salary. The great thing about being self-employed is that there really is no limit. So definitely make sure that you're invested into the business. And sometimes investing into the business allows you to maintain the level you're at. And hopefully it will allow you to grow from the level that you're at as well and make more income.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
I love what you're saying. I think everything you said is perfect. I think, definitely look at, okay, when you were employed, you had a pension, you had all these other benefits. Probably when you started the business, you didn't think to replace those. So now it's, okay, let me start repaying into those things that I had when I was employed, because that's the benefit of being employed. So yeah, definitely pensions, ISAs, all of those types of stuff. I think also remember that now that you've tripled your income, actually what you want to do is be able to then get a staff member in, because what you're trying to do is buy time. The real asset is time, not money. Yeah. So what a lot of these other people online will make you do is celebrate money. Oh, I've made this. Oh, I'm a 6-figure earner. I'm this. What is your time? Like at the end of the day, for me, I've like you over tripled my income, but now I hire other people so that I can live life on my term.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But also, like you said, so I can work on the business rather than in the business. So it's really about me saying, okay, let me look at what are the things I need to be doing and get other people to do other stuff. And eventually I'm getting to a point, and I can see it in the next few years, where my business will run and make money without me having to be there, even though I am the business.
Yeah.
All I have to do is provide the content and so forth. Other than that, I'm free to I could be on a beach anywhere and film content.
Yeah.
I could be in any country. As long as it's a studio, I can get it done. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where the business is starting to less be about me. And then the aim is that we become a brand so that I can then hire other people in. So when you want advice, you don't need to get it from me. You just know that it's going to be my standard.
Yeah.
Because it's my company.
Yeah.
So the levels, do you know what I mean? You don't need when you go into Marks and Spencer's, you don't need the Marks and Spencer's family to serve you.
Yeah.
You just know that that's the brand. You know what it's going to get. It's the exact same thing. I want it to be. My aim is to replace myself, to train people up to be able to deliver, so that when you come in, you know you're getting the Eman effect, but you don't need Eman.
Yeah, literally. It's you
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the best place to be.
And that's the best place to be. So then your business is running, it's making money, and it doesn't require you. So you tripled your income. Now it's about, how do I invest that income to make the business grow? Yes, but add benefits to yourself and make sure that that's happening. Now also what you're able to do is take holidays. You know what I mean? You're able to when I say holidays, I doesn't mean to say go away. You're able to give yourself time off.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time when you're hustling, you're having to work. Bruv, you have these conversations all the time. Like, oh, how was your weekend? It's just a normal day. Yeah. It's a normal day. There's no Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. They're the same day.
Same thing.
There's no difference with self-employment.
Honestly.
Like, people that are employed really understand, okay, I start at this time, I finish at that time.
Yeah,
once you're self-employed, everything it's just work. It's just time. It's just, you're in business all the time. Once you start to triple your income, now you say, okay, well, actually, I don't need to take that client. I don't need to work with that. I don't need to do that. I can now allow myself to say, like, I'm at a point where, like, I can put time in my diary, and the people I work with will want to work with me. So I'm not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
They're going to wait till I'm available. As
Absolutely.
opposed to before, you're like, oh, I can't say no to this. I have to do this contract. I have to do this. And so now you're cancelling stuff that you had planned because you need to keep the clients.
Exactly. No, big facts. Big gems there dropped there as well. I think that I really resonate with that, because I went through a stage, I think we spoke about it, where it's like, I just need to say no more. Just need to say no more. And sometimes that doesn't happen straight away, but you'll get to a stage where you start running out of time.
Yeah.
And in order to get your time back, you do need to start saying no more, basically.
Exactly.
Right, our last financial jam.
Yes.
I am looking to buy a flat next year. Good aspiration. as a starter to get onto the property ladder. I have 12k saved and have a target of having savings of £17,000. So 5k away by the end of the year. I'm currently in a contract role till November. Would you advise getting a permanent role before purchasing? I'll jump on that one. So lenders are a lot more they have been for a long time, but they're a lot more comfortable with contract roles today. Historically, the contract roles they were most familiar with were like building contractors and IT contract. IT one, they'll just treat you as perm, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just generally speaking, they're comfortable with contractors, and they can treat you as equivalent as perm, effectively. And I think we spoke about it a bit earlier in this episode or we've spoken about it previously, where it's like always ask the professionals before you start doing things on your own understanding.
Yeah.
Because I'm so glad the person asked this question,
Yeah.
and hopefully you're watching this and you'll see this advice, because effectively what you might have ended up doing is that typically someone that's going from contract to permanent to do the same role, they would have been ending up getting paid less.
Yeah.
And you might have done that because you think that a lender's going to lend to you, but they may have lent to you on the contract role anyway.
Exactly.
So a lot of lenders are comfortable lending to someone that's on a contract role. There's a few things they may want to see. So they may want to see the length of time left on the contract. Now, you said it's ending in November, which is about 6 months or 8 months away. What they'll also look at is the history of your contracts prior to that.
Yeah.
If you don't have contracts prior to that, sometimes they're even comfortable if this is the same industry. Yeah. So if you were in healthcare previously for 6 years as permanent, and you're on your very first contract that was a 1 year contract on healthcare as well, and it pays a lot more, a lot of the time they'll still be comfortable with that. It depends on the lender. So the key thing I'll say is speak to a broker and find out today. Do that once you listen to this. Find out today if a lender is going to be willing to lend on your current contract role. And how they typically do it, if you're fortunate enough and they're happy with the contract, there's 52 weeks in a year. So they'll knock off some weeks for holiday, effectively. So typically they will assess between 48 and 46 weeks, which means that they've factored in the fact that you might take 4 to 6 weeks holiday. Yeah. And what they'll do is that they'll take your daily rate and make an annual figure from that. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you're getting paid £200 a day on a contract role. £200 a day times 5 days is £1,000. Then they'll times it by 46 weeks or 48 weeks. So that would give you an annual salary of 46 or 48. But they will treat that like a permanent role, which means that you don't have to go and get a permanent role to get around that. So that's basically that.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Dropping the gems. I didn't nothing to add, man. That's perfect.
Perfect. So we round up, Eman.
Yeah, let's round up, man.
W and L of the week.
I think my L, I hurt my leg. So I feel like I need to exercise more and just stretch it out. But also I need to take care of my health. I need to actually do more health checks. Like the same way I do financial checks, I need to do my health checks. You know what I mean? So I think that's an L for me. I need to book my doctor's appointment. Like when things happen, I just feel like I'll be all right. Swallow some paracetamol, keep it moving, because you're always moving. But actually, like, what money can you make if you're not well? Like if I don't look after this, everything else stops. Do you know what I mean? So, so that's that's an L for me, and something I got to make sure that I really learn from and take as a lesson. W, I'd say, for me was what's been good. I think what's been good. I feel like
there's so much stuff.
There's so much good. Like I don't even.
One Stop Save, Freedom Hub, everything.
Yeah, everything is going really well. Like I think the W of the week is just happiness. Like I'm just like, obviously hurting my leg meant I had to stop, but when I stopped and reflected, I was like, Eman, you're blessed. You know what I mean? I think sometimes you just have to stop and reflect and realize that, you know, the life that you wish for, like the life I dreamed of back in the day, I've passed that. Like I'm beyond the dream. I'm not living the dream. I couldn't even dream to live the life I'm living now. So yeah, that's the W. Yeah.
I think for me the L has been, one thing I've been big on this year is working on my discipline. And when I say discipline, it's important to really understand it. So I'm one of these people that sometimes I tell myself, oh, I ain't got time for this, I ain't got time for that, basically. Whereas in a working day, I would say that I haven't got time to go to the gym in the morning. Yeah. But if a call came out of nowhere that meant good business, I'd find time for that. So I need to start finding time for the other stuff that is outside work.
Exactly.
Like healthcare, similar to what you're saying, and all of these things basically. So I'm really trying to get into that space, and I'm trying to be more disciplined with stuff like I fast every Monday, or like Bible study and stuff like that basically. So I'm really trying to get better with my discipline around those things. And I feel like discipline is linked to it's linked to a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. I was speaking to one of my friends. I was saying that I genuinely think that going to the gym, being disciplined in my faith and my walk with God, and financial discipline is all linked.
Yeah.
It's like if I go better at the gym, the other two will prosper. Or if I'm more disciplined with my walk, like the other two will benefit.
Yeah.
If I'm more disciplined with my money, gym and my walk with God will benefit. So I think those are linked, but fell off a little bit this week, but we go again next week. There's a lot, like I say, there's a lot to be thankful for. I think I'll go with obviously in the Home Buyers Club, I had a one-to-one with someone last week or the week prior to that, and they said that they're looking for a house. They've been struggling since like 8 months ago. Spoke to them why they're struggling, looked at where they should be looking, and then this week I spoke to them on 2 different occasions. One of them they put in an offer, the next one I helped them with a counter offer and they got offer accepted. And I think for something that's quite new like the Home Buyers Club, like all of those wins I'm celebrating to the max, because here's someone who was trying to do it 8 months ago, and we made a strategy a few weeks ago, bounced back each other this week, and now you've got an offer accepted. And like we spoke about in this conversation, like stuff like that can be life changing for people. So that's definitely my W.
I love that, and the biggest thing is for people to understand that sometimes it's not you haven't bought or you're not invested, or this. It's not because you can't. It's just you don't know how to execute. Same thing as that promotion that you're looking for. It's not that you're not good enough. It's you haven't packaged yourself well.
You don't know
the job you're applying for. You haven't networked with the right person to get you into that. Like sometimes it's not a case of you're not good enough, and sometimes you can have that, and that can lead you to depression and anxiety. But the reality is, if you just tap into the knowledge and how to do things in the right way, you will get there. Do you know what I mean? Like someone, think about it. 8 months. You know how long 8 months is? 2 weeks. Imagine if they knew that knowledge 8 months ago.
This is it.
How many they could have had? How many deals? They could have not only had that, done that. They could have been now working towards the
next one.
You know what I mean? But everything happens in time. But the point being is that the knowledge will speed you up more than it will you trying to, like, that person maybe thought, let me make some more money, or like the reality is
they was ready at that time. They just didn't know. A lot of the time we don't know what we need until it's too late, or until the point that we need it, where we should be finding out earlier.
Exactly.
And look, we do it ourselves. I think that leveraging other people's knowledge is great. Like when even the experts, when they pick up a book to learn, that's because we understand that this thing doesn't stop.
Exactly.
It doesn't stop. Even when you read the news,
come on,
it don't stop. I've got alerts. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I'm not going to find out just by existing. No. You have to be on it. You have to be relentless. So I think that's why these things are important.
Yeah, man. That's big, man.
But guys, thank you for tuning into another episode of the Bread and Butter podcast.
Yo, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the comments that we see. Thank you for the follows. We appreciate that's increasing. Continue to share. Continue to like. If you learned something today, send it to someone. Timestamp it. Timestamp your gem.
Yeah, literally.
Like, timestamp it. Put it in the comments. Let someone know. Listen, you guys, you need to listen to 12 minutes and 50 seconds when Tayo said X or whatever. Like, you need, like, share it with people so they can get that knowledge, man.
Put it in the comments, man. Sharing is caring. And what they say, each one teach one, innit?
Come on, man.
See you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Blessings.